history of USC and what it means to guys that have built this place and have made this place, really what it is. Just understanding the tradition of that and making sure you take a little pride in this game. And when you step on that field, there's a lot more to it than just another football game.
Have you guys been able to identify why you played so much better on the road?
No, I think it's just our kids for whatever reason they're just a little more relaxed on the road. They don't put a ton of pressure on themselves on the road. That's to tighten up and key moments on the road. So it's just one of those things we just kind of continue to dig and process, for home games to try to figure out what we can do to help those guys relax and play free when we are at home.
Is it tougher to do that against Notre Dame, against a rival, to play free like they have been against the opponents they play on the road?
I think that all comes down to your preparation. I think your preparation, installs confidence in you, and I think we've had a week and almost a half of really good prep, and our guys are flying around, they're fighting. You can tell they care about, what's going on, especially for the future of what we're doing, and they're fighting, and so we've had, like I said, had a couple good practices, flying around, and I'm excited to see them go execute.
You seem more vocal today. Was there something behind that? Was there some reason why you decided to be a little bit more vocal today?
We had a lot of noise, so I had to have my voice heard. But no, I got a little fire behind me. It's kind of how the style I coach, and there was something that I just felt like pushing those guys a little bit more today. And today's a work day, and it's Competition Tuesday. That we're trying to compete every single play, and so I wanted to make sure they felt a little pressure from me too. Obviously, if you make it a little harder in practice, then obviously when they show up to the game, it feels a little bit easier.
Do you feel like that's been lacking on the offensive side? Just a little bit more fire from the coaches or from a team leader or someone?
I think we're always trying to develop leaders, and I think that's been something we've identified since we first got here, is trying to develop some local leaders. And I think some guys have stepped up. You see Keaton stepped up, Drake stepped up. But you don't want a guy to not be himself and just kind of try to come out here and be some fiery, raw guy when that's really not him. And you can hear Graham sometimes, he'll get fired up, and you'll hear me sometimes, I'll get fired up. And Jinx has a little fire to him when he wants to get going too. And so that's just something that it's nothing that we premeditate and say, hey, it's your turn today. It's just, as the game go, as the practice go, if you feel like you need to step up and fire the guys up, and that's your job.
What are your thoughts on the role of the tight end so far up to this point of the season?
I thought we've been good. I thought we've had opportunities. I think we've been good, not great. And I tell them all the time and challenge them all the time in the meeting rooms that there's times in camp where I thought we were a pretty dominant group, and we just haven't put it all together yet to be have a dominant game. I thought we've had solid games. Like I said, I thought we've been good. If you're ranking us through the season so far, I think we've been good, but not great, not dominant yet. And I think each guy in my room, including myself, we got more to give. We have a little bit more that's out there, and so that's the challenge. That's what I encourage them to do. Is whatever we got to do, we got to find it. We got to find it. We got to put it on tape. If we put it on tape, I think we'll scare some people.
How has Michael Trigg been progressing, both physically and mentally?
He's kind of a genetic freak, so it's almost like he never got hurt. But there's obviously still some damage in there. He's attacking the rehab process. Obviously being a young player, you have to kind of teach him that role as well, as how to attack the rehab process and also stay mentally sharp through meeting rooms, because you're not getting it out here. And so he sits in my meetings. I ask him questions. He's on top of it, and so it's a good chance for him to kind of get caught up in school, right? And when we're out here, he's in there grinding rehab or academics. So we want him back as soon as possible. I know that, and so I know that's the challenge to him is how he attacks this rehab process as fast as he can get back.
What area has the offense maybe not performed as well as it could, that maybe you have a little confidence in from this bye week and the practices you've had, where you may see some growth?
Yeah, I think, man, you look at our games, we've kind we've been able to move the football up and down the field. I think we've struggled in the red zone a little bit, and we got to come away with points, right? And so that's going to be a big deal that we preach to our guys. Is once we get scoring opportunity, let's come away with touchdowns and not field goals. And I think that'll change outcomes of games. And then we always talk about, Graham always talks about it. He's been preaching hard about about dominating the 8. Those last 4 minutes of the half and the first 4 minutes of the second half of being great in those situations, in situational football, and not having a huge swing and putting ourselves in a hole. And that's on us, and we got to figure out how to go score points when we have the opportunity.